Welcome back, everyone present in the class. I hope I'm audible to all. In the last class, we continued the journey of Spring Core to understand the Spring framework smoothly. The control flow, the roadmap is proper core Java. If someone has issue in the core Java, they will face issue in the Spring Boot. Second thing, are you attending the classes continuously from the day one? Is there consistency in the live classes of the Spring? If it is not there, then again there is an issue in understanding the Spring framework. Example, if someone's joined the class all of a sudden, will they be able to understand anything? The answer is no. Fine. So what we are seeing is XML approach and the annotation approach. Okay. In the last class, we have seen both the versions little more. And we try to understand fundamentally stereotype annotations means what. Most of you could able to understand. Okay. And again, as I have told you, if any ambiguity, please rewatch the lectures from the beginning and ask me questions. Write down what is your exact point of deviation so that we will be helping each other. Great. Okay. And then we have seen little more on the XML also. We will understand more on this in today's class. And tomorrow, most probably, we might start the Spring Boot. Tomorrow, we might start the Spring Boot. Keep that also in mind. Okay. Now, my dear friend, just tell me which is the base annotation of all in stereotype annotation, which will ask your Spring framework to create a bean of your classes. What is the base? Okay, I have to share this link. Very good interaction from all of you. Thank you so much for your response, which is none other than component. Very good interaction from all of you. Other, as I have told, we are going to develop so many classes. You will be so many projects you will be able to understand going forward. Okay. So those who are part of the class from the beginning continuously with consistency, I hope all of you are able to understand. If someone joins in between, there is no way that they can understand. Okay. Now, for the dependence injection, three annotations are used. For the automatic dependency injection, what is annotation we use, my dear friends? For the automatic dependence injection, auto word. If there is this auto word annotation follows by name, by type, constructor, or what? By type. If there is any ambiguity for the dependency, if multiple eligible beans are there for one injection, which annotations are used? Qualifier, primary. Now, qualifier is dominating primary or primary is dominating qualifier? Qualifier is dominating primary. All of you could able to understand that also. Great. Now, qualifier you can apply to the field, you can apply to the method. Can you apply to a constructor? No. But can you apply to a parameter of a constructor? Yes. Wonderful, guys. That is what I want you to understand. Which tag is used for the bean creation in XML approach? How about setter injection? And the constructor injection? Wonderful answers. Let's develop two last application in the XMLs. One application with annotation without XML. We have seen annotation with little bit of XML. one application with zero dependency on XML, and then we will conclude today's class, and tomorrow we might start Spring Boot, and we may have to see this, and then we shall move ahead in the Monday's class with the other modules. Okay. And also one heads up that most probably on the 14th of October, 14th, 15th of October, the second or third weekend, we are also coming up with the fast track Spring Boot batch, where 1 month of Spring Boot on weekends, morning 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Indian Standard Time. 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Continuously 7 hours of class. Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, again Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. 4 weekends, 8 classes. 4 weekends, 8 classes, entire Spring framework. Microservices, Docker, what you say, SQL, JDBC, servlets, Hibernates, all of them will be given as a recorded. Entire Spring framework starting to end will be taught live. It is Saturday, Sunday for 8 classes. Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. 4 weekends, 8 classes, 1 month, game over. If someone of your friends are interested to understand that, you can refer them. Okay. Sorry, not October. It is November. November. Sorry, it is November. Okay. So you can refer your friends on that. Okay, great. Now let's move ahead with the application development. Again, those who are someone who's suddenly new to the classes, ask yourself, do you know Java? Have you attended all the classes? Then ask for the understanding. If you not just see the flow of a class, that's it. Am I audible to everyone, guys, or is there any issues in my voice? Please let me know, because Akash is feeling some issues. Is everyone feeling? Just confirm. I'm audible. No issues. Is there any issue in the voice? No issues. Thank you for the acknowledgement. Great, guys. All of you present in the class, kindly see to this, okay? Any application I will take, whichever application, it is not a matter of concern. I will take this application. I will go back. I will create application number 7. My application is getting created. It is created successfully. Okay. I now want 2 application configuration files. I want only one. After which I'll go back here. Services, all the services, I'm not in need of it. Let me just print something very simple here, and I want you to understand. Someone had asked me about same in yesterday's class also. Okay. Great. Last 2 applications of XML approach, guys. Then we shall stop this XML approach only, and we will go ahead with the annotation, only annotations. Okay. Now, all right. I'll go back here, and whatever code is there, I will just take it. All right. Fine. Great, guys. I have activated the IOC container. I'll go back here. I'll create one class. Whatever is the class name you want, you can create. I'll create the class as employee class. One simple class. It's a poj. Okay. Everyone present in the class. I will say here private integer type of employee ID. Private integer type of employee ID. Point number 1. I will say here private string type of, or maybe just ID or whatever you want, name. Private double type of salary. Private string type of city. After which I will go here and maybe generate one constructor. I do have a constructor. I have a core Java question to everyone present in the class. One simple core Java question is what I have, all of you. If there is a parameterized constructor, will there be any default zero parameterized constructor without developer writing it? Hmm. How many constructors are there right now here? How many constructors are there? One constructor we have. Keep that in mind. I'll go back and generate the toString method. What is the use of many things I've kept in mind? I'll not explain. I know I'm talking to Java developers. Right now, whom am I talking? Java developers. For everything, I need not to reiterate. Okay. Nothing as such as Spring. I'll write some business logic here, public. Maybe I'll say here something, guys. Void or maybe public string type of employee task, employees activity, some message. Maybe I'll say a return some string type of message I will print. Some string type of message. Okay. I'll say here every employee acts productive, but in reality, they are less productive. There is a quote philosophy. If everyone who says that they're working, how much ever they say, if they really work, maybe we would have had a new earth on this entire world. We would have reached to that position. The way we show ourselves busy, if we are really that much busy and that much productive, things should have been totally different. That's the fact of the life. In 90% of the cases, if not 10%. Okay. I would like to say anything which is very new to this class, guys. Yes, no, maybe. Very simple class, all of you. Tell me, guys, do we have any zero parameterized constructor here? Great. Whoever will create the object of a class, for them, it is compulsory to pass this data. Yes or no? Do they have any other option? Do they have any other option? No options. They have to pass the data. There is no zero parameterized constructor. I'll go back to my application config. I will not say anything. Okay, this is all I'll remove. I'll remove this. Okay, let me get normal bean. No self-closing tag. Great. What is a package, guys? Package is service. What is the class name which we are working right now? Name of the class is employee. By continuing from the last three classes, I'm proceeding further here. And what is the reference variable I want? I want my reference variable to be EMP. Maybe EMP1. All good. I have asked my Spring framework to please create a instance. Please create a bean of this employee class. Great. Now, who will create the bean of this employee class? As a developer, am I going to create our Spring IOC container? Spring will create. All of you? Yes, no? Now, in order to create the bean of employee, Spring needs some data. Spring needs ID, name, salary, city. Without that data, can Spring create it? Are you understanding? I will say here system.out.println. I will say here employee bean created. Okay. I would like to go here and run this application. Run as Java Spring Boot application. If I run, am I not getting exception, my dear friends? Yes, no, maybe. Name of the exception? Bean creation exception. Why? Because we have only one parameterized constructor, which is employee. And you know, as a Java developer, this is basic. If you don't know this part, again, go back to the Java mode and learn Java and come back here. In order to create the instance of this class, anyone, whether a developer is creating or Spring is creating, we must have these values. Without these values, can anyone create the instance of this class? No way. I'm asking my Spring framework, could you please create the instance of employee? Spring list, how can I create? Where is the value? Where is the ID, name, salary? Because I don't have any zero parameterized constructor. If there was a zero parameterized constructor, no issues. No ambiguity here. If anyone knows basic core Java, anything about the Spring here, guys, anything about Spring is there here. If everything is about Java, I hope you are able to understand everyone in the class. Yes, no, maybe. Because some of them are facing issues. What I feel is the issue is not Spring. Right now in this example, those who know the concept of constructor, anything about in the Spring, guys, if you're a part of last 3 classes, right now in this example, am I using any of the new syntax of Spring framework which I have not discussed earlier? Did I use anything of new in the Spring which I have not discussed? No. Everything is related to core Java. All of you agree? Now what to do? What is the solution here? We can provide the data. Now tell me, guys, we have to provide the data using constructor arg tag or using property tag right now in this case. How should I provide the data to my Spring so that Spring can create a bean of this easily? Constructor arg tag or property tag? Constructor arg tag. Very good, guys. This is the understanding is what I am expecting. If you show this much of support, then you're going to understand so many things. Okay. You can have a self-closing tag also. You can have like this also. I'll go with self-closing tag. Anything is fine. Both of them are same. No problem. Are you getting it? I can use the attribute called as value. Within the value, I can specify. Number 1 is ID. Please give the ID is 1. Likewise, I'll go and create for all the 4 parameters. Number 2 is this name. Maybe the name I'll give it as Rohan. Number 3 is salary. The salary I'll give it as. Okay. Number 4 it is city. The city I'll give it as Bengaluru. No problem. I'll save this, my dear friends. I'll save this. I'll go back, run this application. Run as Java application. Bean is getting created. Yes or no? Yes. I'll go back to my main application. I'll ask my container, a container, could you please give me a bean? There are multiple ways to get the bean, guys. You can specify the ID also. Bean ID also you can specify. Both also you can specify. When both is needed, I will tell you in this example only. I'll go back and say here, employee.class. Give me a bean of this employee class. I will collect it inside this employee number 1. I will collect it here. Great. Wonderful. I'll import it because it is in a different package. I will say here EMP. I would like to first print it on my console because since I have already overridden toString method, can I print the reference variable? The answer is yes. After which I'll say here EMP dot. This interaction is what making me go very good about this, guys. Thank you so much for this continuous interaction to make the class very interactive. Okay. And also, let me just first run this program. Right click, run as Java Spring Boot application. Guys, we are getting it. All good, everyone present in the class? Yes, no, maybe? Any issues? Guys, tomorrow or next week, let's have a class wherein we can create a group among each other based on the time zone. US, Canada, 1 time zone. Europe, 1 time zone. India, 1 time zone. Based on that, we'll create a groups among yourself who want like to do some group projects. As and when we progress in the projects in the course, you can start doing some projects together to have interactions. If anyone is not willing and want to do individual, they can opt that I don't want to be part of any group. There is no problem. If you want to be a part of a group, then we can have that kind of environment in our batch. Okay, let's do that, Daniel. Now, guys, generally as a Java developer, if there is one class, can we create multiple objects of a same class? Can we create multiple beans of same class in the Spring IOC container is the question. I will give one more. I will say here employee 2 is the bean ID. And directly, I may not know the order. What is the order? I may not know. For which there are two options available. Number one, you can go with index. Number two, you can go with the directly the names of those things. Names in the sense like this. Name equals to. Name in the sense, maybe I'll give it as a name. Like this. That's the meaning of it. I will say here name. Or maybe you can go with the indexes also. Let me see name or indexes. If the order you don't want to give differently, maybe ID I want to give here, or maybe salary I want to give here. And here I will say name. I want to go with the ID here. I want to go with employee ID. And here I want, oh, let me just go here. I would like to take this. Exact names. Yes, exact names. Names of that variables. Okay. I'll go here and say employee ID. I would like to go back here, take it and add it here. I will give here as salary. Sorry, city. These field names, employee ID, name, salary, and city. If they are same, no problem. They are same. Right now, guys, I'll not give the order same. I'll go with here Rohit. Okay, that's a name, right? And salary, I'll go with here. And maybe ID, I'll give it is here. And name. Now, guys, whatever order I'm giving the value, is it in the same order or am I giving the different order? Random order. Random order. Provided you give the names here. If you don't want to add this extra attribute, you have to give exactly the same order as we have in the constructor. Same order. First ID, then name, then salary. However, here you can see I'm giving in different order. Name, salary, ID, city. Then you have to add this extra attribute. Making sense? And also as Daniel, can we create multiple beans of a same class? The answer is yes, you can create. Now guys, please see very carefully, everyone. If I run this application, we will face one issue. What is that issue? Unsatisfied dependency injection. Why we are getting this? Any guesses, anyone? What could be the reason? Guys, remember this here. I have asked, give me the bean. How many beans of employees available, guys? How many beans of employees are available there? As I have discussed earlier, guys, we can specify two things whenever you're getting the bean. We can also specify two things. Get bean. 5 minutes before I had told you. Bean ID also and bean name also. I will say here bean ID employee number 2. Bean ID employee number 2. And here I will say bean ID. It is an overloaded method. Get bean is an overloaded method. Employee number 1. Is that the bean ID I have given here, guys? EMP1 and EMP2. Yeah, great. I'll go back here. EMP1 and EMP2. Okay. Let me do one thing here. I would like to just get this everything here. All right. And I will say employee 2 here. Reference variable also employee 2. Here also I'll say employee 2 and employee 2. In between, I would like to just give one differentiating factor. All right. It is a differentiating factor. Okay. I would like to just go back here, run this application. Oh, still we are getting it. Still there is an issue here. What could be the reason here, guys? Anyone in the class? That means if this is not the issue, something is missing here itself. All of you? In place of this, let me try to give index and see to it. I would like to just try and see giving the indexes and try to see to it. Okay. Everyone in the class, I will just say here index. Maybe the name somewhere I'm missing it. Okay. Index. Index means, guys, name is there in which index? Second index. Salary is there in which index? Third index. Are you all there in the? Oh, if I'm starting from the zeroth index, tell me guys, this is zeroth index, first index, second, third. Zero, first, second, third. Okay. Let me just go back here. Zero means ID. Zero means ID. One means name. Salary means two. And city means what, guys? Three. Okay. Employee ID is an integer. Yeah, doesn't matter. Here there is Zara. It is what you say XML. It is not Java. So if you write within double quotes, it is not like it is a string and this thing. Are you getting it? So if I'm writing, you might be fearing that this is because of this. It is XML, not the Java. Okay. So you have to give within double quotes only. Doesn't matter what is the type of data because we are dealing with the XML here. Okay. All right, guys. Zeroth index is ID. First, second, third. Let me just try to do it in this style. Right click, run as Java Spring Boot applications. No issues. Are we all getting it, everyone? Yes, no, maybe. All of you? Now, this extra attributes, is it required every time or whenever you don't know the order? I mean, you don't want to specify in the same order in that case. It is optional. You need not to write this extra. You can go with the name also, guys. Maybe the variable name or somewhere I'm missing it. Fine. Now, yesterday someone was asking me the same question. What if at the time of bean creation, Spring has to add some value? Will Spring add values automatically if developer don't specify, guys, based on what you have seen in the application? Suppose I have not specified this value. Will my Spring add automatically if you have only one constructor available there? You have to specify. Is that fine, everyone? Yes, no, maybe. We have developed so many applications with the Spring framework, guys. It's time to go with the last application of Spring framework. The last application of the Spring framework with respect to XML approach. And then we are saying goodbye to the XML approach, wherein I would like to show you the namespace for the property tag and the constructor tag. We have in shortcuts also. That shortcuts I want to show whenever you want to perform or whenever you want to add some value through the XML at the time of bean creation. Without using this constructor arg property tag, we have one more option available. That option I want to show. Okay. With configuration, how to create dynamic employee objects. Dynamic in the sense, you no want to hard code it in the XML. You want automatically to Spring to add. Is it, Daniel? No, Suresh, last application. This is the last ever we will see XML in our classes. In real projects, we don't do this. We have an option which we will see because we are going to get the data from the front end, from the other applications. That's how the real time, right? My user will enter in the form or maybe one application will pass. Example, I'm using PayPal. I will collect the data from the end user and give it to PayPal. PayPal is getting the credit card details. How they will create? Is this the question? Dynamic, right? In the real time, that's how application works. That is what we are going to see. Have patience. Okay. We will see that because that's how the system works. I'll go back here. I'll add the project number 8. And this is the last project of XML approach. And now we are saying goodbye. I've discussed so much of XML. It was not required only because if you have been even deployed in older project, you should know it. And XML is also not so rocket science. I know it is difficult compared to annotation. Last class, you have seen one application of annotation approach also. Sorry, two application of annotation approach also. Now, those who have seen the two applications of annotation approach, if you compare with XML approach, which is the most easiest approach, guys? Annotation approach. But even though annotation approach is the easiest one, answer me one question honestly. Is XML rocket science type of difficult, guys? It is like too difficult. You cannot understand only. Nothing as such. I hope you are able to understand. Okay, guys, we do have an employee here. Okay, we do have an employee. I'll create one more class here. One more class I will create. Name of the class, I'll give it as department. Last application. Okay, I'll create it as department. Inside this class, I'll go and say here, maybe private integer type of department number. Okay, private string type of, I will say here, department name. Okay, this is the what I have told here. I will go and generate one constructor. I'll go and generate one constructor using the fields. If you have only one constructor, guys, at the time of object creation for Spring, do we have any other option? Two. Correct. I'll go back in my employee and I'm going to add one more thing here. I will say here private department type of department, entire department object. Now, guys, if you have sense of basic programming, I have one question. Think and answer. Can anyone create the instance of employee class if you don't have an instance of department object or instance of a department class right now? Think and answer. I repeat. Can you create instance of employee if department instance is not yet ready? In simplified words, can you create object of employee if department object is not yet ready? Can you create? Guys, look at the reference variable here. Look at the reference variable and answer me this. Reference variable, we have department also. I'll go back here. Now tell me, I will create one constructor, source, constructor using the fields. Now, guys, we have only one parameterized constructor. Do you all agree on this? We have only one parameterized constructor. Yes. Everyone present in the class. Let me do one thing. Okay. Even if so many are there, not an issue. I'll go back here. At the time of creation of this instance, you have to also inject department object here. Department type of data. Are you observing that? Now answer me. Can you create the object of employee if department object is not yet ready? Will your answer be still yes? Some of them are telling yes. Now the answer is no. I hope all of you are able to understand, sir. I'll go back to application config. This is a lengthier approach. Do we have any shortcut approach? Do we have any shortcut approach? Yes, we do have a shortcut approach for which this metadata also has to change. I'm going to use namespace concept for the XML approach, for which there is some metadata which you have to add. That metadata will change. Okay, let me just open one file here. Allow me just a minute. It is there somewhere in the downloads. Right click, open with code editor. Right click, open. It is open. I'll go here, guys. I will add it. Okay. Guys. All right. I'll come here. I will just close the bean tag. Beans tag, I will close it. Guys, namespace shortcut which I have chosen is P for property tag, C for constructor tag. Wherever you had to use the property tag, you have to just use P. Wherever you had to use constructor arg tag, you just have to use C. Okay, now how that will work? Please see very carefully. I will say here bean. Create a bean. Wonderful, as usual, normal. You can also go and do it with the self-closing tag. Yes, we already know that. Okay. No, what is the big deal in this? What we used to say, guys, ID. First department has to be there. I will create the ID as depart or maybe department or whatever you want. Second, what is the attribute we use this? We use class equals to. We specify the full name, fully qualified name, service dot department. Create the object of this. Yes or no, guys? All of you. Then what we used to do? We used to have open this bean. We used to close like this. Then within this, in between, we used to call the constructor tag. We used to call like this. If all of you could able to recall. And then we used to specify yes or no. I know want to do this. I can just close here only. And here itself, I can say, please see very carefully, every one of you. Constructor, right? Constructor means C colon. What is the name of a field? Name of the field is department number, department name. I'll go back here. I will say DP number, department number equals to, I'll say here 1. I will say C colon department name equals to, I'll specify here whatever the department name. Maybe the name of the department is alien. Over. Game over. Finish. Now, guys, optimization wise, this is easy. Readability wise, which is easy? This one, the first approach. If you want readability, this one or the last approach which we have seen. But optimization wise, is it not so easy? Use constructor, give the field name and add the value. Are you getting it? I will say B. In XML approach also, there are shortcuts available. Namespace, if you use, this much is not required. I will say ID. ID equals to, I will go with employee. And I'll say here class. Class equals to, I will say here service dot employee is the class. And what and all I have to inject there, guys? What and all I have to inject there? Could you please tell me? C dot ID, then name, then salary, then city. Yes, no, maybe, anyone and everyone in the class. I will just go here and say C employee ID equals to maybe 1. Suppose, guys, I'll go back to employee. I will not use this. I will go back to 0 parameterized constructor first of all. I will add one 0 parameterized constructor, super, and maybe some message employee being created and all of that. Okay. I will give one message here, system.out.println. I will say employee being created, and whatever you want. It's up to you. And after which, guys, I will have these headers. Okay, because I want to show P also. If I don't have setters, I cannot show that P. That is the reason I'm generating. All of you are there. I will generate setters and getters. Getters are not needed. Only setters are sufficient. But anyway, I have added. Not a problem. I'll go back. Now, guys, should I use P or should I use C here? What should I use? I'll go back to my employee class. And what did I have to do? The employee EMP name, salary, city, and department. I will say P. P is the name case. Employee ID equals to 1. P colon name equals to maybe whatever name you want. Rohan. I will say here P property tag equals to. What is the other part, guys? Salary equals to, maybe I'll say here, what is the salary? Some salary. Okay. And then what we have there? P. City, right? City equals to, I will say here, Bengaluru. All of you are there with me? I would like to go back here. I would like to go back. Then what else we have, guys? What else we have? P. What is the type? Depart. Here, directly you cannot use a variable because this is not just a normal. This is a department separate object. Separate bean has to be injected there. Separate bean has to be injected. For which we have one more thing. What is that if you ask me? P. Please see very carefully. This variable I will take. Whatever is the variable, don't stop there itself. Don't stop there itself. I am going to just say here reference because I want this to be an object of one more bean which is available in your IOC container. It's not the direct value. Yes, no, maybe. And this is the reference I'm going to add because this object is what I want it to inject. I want to inject this object. This reference, using this reference variable, inject that object. Great. I would like to save this. After saving this, I'll go back to my main class as usual. And of course, I just want this employee. And what is the ID there, guys? Even if you don't specify, it's sufficient because we have only one employee. Okay. And more than that, I would also like to get the, anyway, if I get this employee, I will get the department also. I'm performing the injection of department. I'll go right click here. ID of above being depart. That is what we have seen here. Okay. Let me just go here. Run as a Spring Boot application. Oops. Unsatisfied dependency. Something is missing there. Depart is defined in class path resource. Depart defined a class path resource and expressed to the constructor could not convert argument value of type, no type required. Failed to convert string to required type of Java. So somewhere here there is a problem with respect to this. It is depart here the ID. And what did I give here, guys? That's correct only, no? Reference is depart. City is correct. Salary is correct. Rohan is also correct. I've told here ID. It is depart is the ID I have given there. And C, DP1. Both the places depart is there. Where the both the places depart is there? P depart reference. I'll go back here. There should not be any problem there. I'm just trying to say that bean ID and department parameter. I want that to give here. Employee ID. Employee ID is correct only. There is no problem in the employee ID. There is no problem there. That's not the problem. P colon depart, and I have just told you a reference variable, and I'm adding exactly this reference variable. This reference variable. And that is the reference variable I'm adding here. Let me just see here. Okay, department name. All right, guys, I'll go to this department. I will add one message here, system.out.println, department being created. Okay, so that I'll get to know this also is not an issue here. I would like to go back and ID I'm giving one and I'm giving this. I'll go back here, run as application. Let me just run as Java application. Okay. Unsatisfied dependency injection. That means it is not even injecting. First of all, department bean at least has to be created. So the issue is coming here itself, first of all. Here EMP is there and here EMP1 is there. This is not a case. This is our choice. What is that name? PS. This is our choice. After receiving something, you create whatever ID you want. This should not be an issue. Because if you have specified here different, then it was been an issue. Example, here if I say EMP1 and here I have told EMP, then there is an issue. But right now I have not told here. No, I have just told employee. So issue is not there. And after receiving whatever you want, you can give it. That should not be a problem. Do you have to change the ID of the first department bean? Why we have to share? Department number I have told, department name I have told, department number and department name. Department bean is getting created. So it that see guys, very clearly, just look at this. First bean, which am I creating? Which bean I'm creating first, department or employee? Department. That means the issue is coming here itself directly. Yes, no, maybe. Am I getting any message which is there here? Am I getting any message which is there here? If I'm not getting, is department being getting created? No. Error in creating the bean depart. This bean is only not getting created, guys. Defined in the class path resource application config file. Unsatisfied dependencies expressed through the constructor parameter number 0. Here unsatisfied dependency is there. DP number. Okay. Could not convert argument value of type. Okay. Let me just go back. Look at the message, guys. Could not convert the type java.lang.string to required type integer. Failed to convert the value of java to required type java for input string alien. I'll go back here. DP name is there. Somewhere the problem is here. Through the constructor, department number. First, let me just check it here. Where is this employee class, department class? Is this name same as the name which we have here? Is the question number 1. There is no change in that name. Okay. I'm giving here 0, 1. There is no problem. You can give 1. This should not be a problem. Again, see whatever name we have here. Is this name correct? I'll go back here. I will add that here. Am I using this properly? C, Spring org schema C. Okay. I would like to go here. Right click the Maven. Right click. I'll say update the project. It should not be a problem because it is XML, but let me just update. Right click, Maven update. 6 and entire project I would like to update. Sometimes the issue could be in the latest version which we are using, this namespace and this namespace should support. If these namespaces are not supporting, P namespace for the property tag and the constructor tag C namespace. If C and P namespace are not supporting, this will create a problem. Okay, department. Depart is the ID which I have given. Department C. Depart number C. DP name, which is department name, which we have given as it is without a problem. It should not create any problem as how it looks like. Okay. Let me just run this and check why there is an issue. Why we need not to parse it. Okay. It has to taken care internally. Let me do one thing, guys. Let me directly add the value and see. See, because here adding the value, there is nothing called a string or integer in XML. All of them should be given within the double quote only. String or integer, any type of value, it should be given as within the double quote only. That should also not be a problem. Okay. It is not able to convert, canceling the attempt. Being unsatisfied, error in creating the bean defined in the class, unsatisfied dependency expressed to the constructor 0. Parameter 0 could not convert the argument value of type string to the required type integer, failed to convert the pass up to the string required integer for the input string. Okay. I'll go back here. Let me save this. I'll go back to my application number 1. There is no problem here. I'll go back in department class. It is correct only, no, guys? Department number, department name. It is strange. Guys, there is some problem in the name space P and namespace C. Okay. We have to do in that way only. And the parsing, whenever, not just in this case, in future classes also you'll see. The beauty of the Spring framework is you need not to do the parsing. It's internally it has to do. Even though if you have seen the servlet videos, when you're collecting the parameters from a form, get parameter is what I have told. And based on the type of data we are storing in our application, we used to parse manually. We used to say parse int. But if you go with the Spring framework, you need not to say anything. Automatically, it will only take the data. It will only internally do the parsing. It will only store the data. It should not be done by ourselves as a developer manually. Remember that point here. Everyone? Yes, no, maybe. Now, why it is not able to convert? That's something very strange, which I have never seen. That why there is an issue right now. Exact, I could not able to understand this because this and this is exactly the same. Are we modifying the correct application config here? It is correct only, no? There is no problem. Or if not, whatever the metadata I have added, no, that metadata is incorrect. And it is not able to realize this constructor tag C namespace, P namespace. For property tag P namespace, it is not able to see. Adding the data, there is nothing called as a string. It should be treated as integer only, internal parsing, because in our other applications, guys, whichever we have taken, did we specify explicitly in the application.config? Have we not added integer using the double quotes only? Did we say this is as a string, this is as a double? All of them see here within double quotes only, right? And if I have to open this employee class, did you see something here? Have we not specified integer only? Have we not specified double only? Have you got any error as such there? Have you added any error as such in our application previously? So is it because of parsing or is it because of that namespace? It is because of this namespace, this metadata, not because of this. Not because of this. Are you understanding, everyone? Yes, no, maybe. All of you present in the class. It is not taking the very first parameter, not because of any other reason. It's whatever the error we are getting, it could not be because of that same. It is because of it is not able to identify this P and C namespace which we have here. Everyone? Yes, no? So I don't want to waste much of the time. Why is it we are using hard-coded values in XML approach? How does it work in the real-time project? This question has been asked 3 times before, Kalyani. And for the 3 times also, I have given you the answer that we are going to develop the application with the dynamic data also. In the real time, we don't hard code, that's correct. And I have acknowledged that, and we are going to do that in our upcoming classes also is what I have to. Fine now? Yes, no, maybe. All right, guys, this namespace part of XML, I'll keep it aside for now. I will see maybe in the Spring 6 version. 6 is the version which I'm using right now. Maybe they have not supporting or some issues there in the metadata part, which I will rectify in tomorrow's class or in Monday's class. This one small application of the namespace I will show once again. But this ends the last application of XML approach. Is that fine, every one of you? Namespace part, this same application, I will just check after the class and I'll see is it because of the Spring 6 or new version they are not supporting namespace and for both the constructor or not. We will see to it in our upcoming class. Now, XML approach is one of the difficult approach. People stopped using it. Then they went to the annotation approach. Annotation approach is easier approach. A bit of XML is what we have told. At least in the application config class, have we not told guys that look, we are going to use annotation approach? At least some part was involved. Yes, no, maybe. All of you. I don't want to explain more on this, Chavan. You have understood the context, right? What I'm trying to say, guys. Namespace, concept. Have you understood what I'm trying to say? Yeah. But there is some issue. Maybe the metadata, something is wrong in the XML. I will see to it. You ignore about that now. I would like to take up any of the new application. I will share at the end anyway. Right now in between the class, let's know. Every day I'm sharing, no, Akash. Today also I will share. Let's go back to the one more application, guys. One more application, I'll go back. Whichever application you take, I'll go back here. Maybe let's go with the same application. I'll go back here and add last application before Spring Boot. This is the last application before Spring Boot. And from tomorrow till the last class of microservices, we are going to start with Spring Boot itself. Why? You'll understand in tomorrow's class by default without me telling you. I'll open this class. Yes, we should not have. That's true, Kington. I'll go back here. Guys, I will delete this. If I delete this, is there any XML? Could you please tell me, everyone in the class? I'm deleting that. Any XML? No XML. Yeah. 0% XML. I'll go back here. If I have to open, I'll go back here. I'll go back to my one more class, Telescope. I'll go back to my launch. I have told application config. Do we have any application config available, guys? Now I will take out this. I will take out this. I will say here new. One more class is there from the family of application context. Name of the class is annotation. Annotation. Config. Application context. I'll import it. And I will say the information you'll not find it here. Then where is the information? You will find the information in one class. Which class? I will create one more class. I will create one package here, new package. Okay. I'll do one thing. I'll give a base package because component scanning part I want to show, for which I'll create a separate package called as com.telescope. Okay. .main, com.telescope.main. Within this class, I will add whatever code is present here. Okay. I will add whatever code is present here. After adding this entire package only, I will delete. After which I will create one more package. Okay. One more package I will create. com.telescope.main.services. Services. Okay. Within this package, I will add whatever code is available here. Because component scanning I have to show. And I'll ask you two questions I want everyone to answer. Guys, tell me honestly, are you not getting one thing in your mind that so far I've used class path XML is the name of the class. And right now I am using annotation config application context. Do we need to remember multiple implementation classes of application context? Is the question right? Last time different and that too this time different. And that too, is it not heavy names, a bigger names, a very bigger names? That's where in the tomorrow's class, in the Spring Boot, you will see you need not to start IOC container also in the Spring Boot. For that also Spring will take care. Spring Boot will take care. See, I have told you the difference between Spring and Spring Boot in one English word, that Spring Boot is easier way of using Spring Framework. Now that easier way of using Spring Framework, the term you'll understand only if you have developed application using the Spring Framework without using the Spring Boot. What I have seen is in most of the tutorials in the YouTube, most of the people in the courses, directly they're starting Spring Boot and they're telling this is one of the easier way. People who are learning very first time, for them it is like, how this is easy. This is also so much is there. They'll not even realize the easiness of the Spring Boot. Now you have seen the Spring Framework without boot. Tomorrow, when we develop the Spring Boot, all of you will appreciate how easy Spring Boot is. Now, all this so far, from the day one, from the Monday's class, from the Tuesday's class till today's class, is it not the developers, guys, who has activated the Spring IOC container? Yes or no? All of you present in the class? Everyone? It is developers, right? We are creating this. In the Spring Boot, you need not to activate the Spring IOC container. How? We will see to it. Then who will activate? I will show you. Okay. Now, guys, I'll create one more package here. Name of the package, I'll give it as com.main.config, where my configurations will be available. And within this package, I'm going to create one class. What is the name of the class? If you ask me, whatever name you want, I will say here, Java configuration. Java configuration. Java configuration. I will go and create. That means whatever I used to do inside the XML, now I will do that inside the Java class. So whenever you're doing any configuration inside the Java class, and if you want this to be part of Spring IOC container, I have to use stereotype annotation. All of you agree on this? Now, for this, can anyone tell me the suitable stereotype annotation? Anyone in the class? Wonderful answers, guys. Wonderful answers. The suitable stereotype annotation is configuration. Configuration. All of you present in the class? Yes, no, maybe. Now, I will say here, a look IOC container. For you, what to do? What to do? That information is available inside one class called as Java configuration. Configuration dot class. Inside this class, you will find what you have to do. All of you present in the class? Yes, no, maybe. Everyone? Maybe I'll make it simple. This dependency injection and all same code we have done now. I'll develop one more simple application maybe. This telescope dependency, all these dependency injections we have developed same old, because who are joining new know. For them, they're not able to understand the continuation of this application. We are continuing this application from the Friday's class. I will not even consider that. Okay. I'll go back here and this part was only I'll not keep. I will just say here, hey, look, what you have to do is available inside this class. Yes, no, maybe. Anyone and everyone in the class. I'll go back here. Some application I will develop. I'll say here. Maybe I'll just create directly class I will create. Okay. Not code to interface, because I am going to have only one class. I will say here. Greetings application. Greetings app or greetings class. Okay. I will develop this greetings class. I'll go back here. Guys, tell me the stereotype annotation here. This is the business logic. Stereotype annotation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, every one of you, for your response. I'm going to say here, public greetings. Public greetings. I will say here system.out.println. System.out.println. Answer me one thing, guys. Greetings been created. Yes, no, maybe. Saved. I'll go back here. Java config bean created. Will it create the Java config bean also, guys? Whether it is configuration or service, both the cases. Will it create the bean? All of you knows that fundamentals very well. No ambiguity there, right? Java config bean created. Yesterday's class, I had tried to explain you the use of bean annotation. All of you have understood. Yesterday's class, I tried to explain you the use of bean annotation. First thing I have told you is whenever as a developer, I am going to create the object, but I want Spring to consider that as a part of bean lifecycle. Then in that case, on the top of the method, I have to use bean. Yes or no? And second thing I have told, second thing also I have told. What is that second thing? Whenever a predefined classes of Java is available, those classes as a developer, can you modify JDK's classes? No. If I cannot modify that, can I add the stereotype annotation at the top of those classes? If I don't add the stereotype annotation at the top of those classes, if I am not modifying, can my Spring consider that as a bean? Array list, linked list, local date, time, scanner, whatever predefined classes of Java we have. If we are not adding any of this stereotype annotation, can it consider as, guys, I will say here, private. Guys, tell me the new date and time API. What is the class which we use for the date, guys? Class name for the date which we use in the new date and time API? Local date. Type date. Okay, now I will import it. It is coming from the time package. All of you? All right. Local date cannot be resolved is what it is telling me. Why it cannot be resolved? We will see to it. Which Java 14 should be available. All right, guys. I'll go back. No, yeah, in the greeting class only I'm using, no? Why it is not able to import? The import cannot be resolved. Why? It should import. Why it is not importing? Import java.time. Which is the package I'm using? Java 14. Java 14 means it should be available. From the Java 8, it should be there. Why this strange that it's not able to import? Local date. Import this. I'm going to import. If I'm going to import, why unnecessary it is creating the issue? I have to see to it. Okay, we will see to it. If not, I will just develop something else. Guys, if I just say, forget about that import issue for now, some Java library issue that is not related to Spring. If I say here bean, or if I say here auto wide means what, guys? Can anyone tell me what is the use of auto wide? Dependency injection. All of you? I'm asking my Spring framework to inject this object. Spring framework will inject such a object which is there in the IOC container. Right now, tell me, guys, Spring IOC container, does it have local date? Does it have a local date? Are you all there in the class? Everyone? Spring IOC container, does it have a local date, guys? No. I hope everyone in the class are able to understand this. Now, can you perform dependency injection here? Local date time, let me just try to use. No problem here. I will say here time. I am telling perform the dependency injection. Can my Spring perform? Those who are part of my classes from the beginning, for them one clear answer. Can my Spring framework inject one local date time object here? Do you have authority to make changes to these classes? Can you open this class and add one annotation, stereotype annotation? Can you add it? Can you modify? Can I go to my configuration? Can I say like this, guys? Public local date time. I'll say here create time object, and I'll myself create it. Could you please tell me, guys, do we create a local date time object using the new keyword or by calling the now method? How to create that? Very good answer from all of you. Local date time dot now. Those who don't know, please watch the core Java videos. I have done that. So only people are asking. So only people are able to answer. If someone is new, how they are answering? Is it not that they know by default? They are part of my core Java classes. Okay, that's the reason. I'll go back here, guys. Object is ready. Now, guys, I will say here bean. Now my Spring, will it be able to perform the dependency injection here without an issue? Are you understanding the real-time use of bean? People who are asking yesterday. Real-time use of this bean annotation. Yes, no, maybe. No issues. Great. Now, guys, I'll go here. I will say here @ component scan component scan. Within this, I will say here base packages equals to, I will specify what is the base package, guys. The base package is com dot that is cool. Now, guys, can my Spring scan the classes which are out of the com.terisco? Can it scan? It cannot scan. Multiple package also, if you want, as someone was asking, within these double quotes, you can keep on specifying. I will save this. I'll go back to my, any issues here in the configuration? I'm getting an error. Package com.telisco. See, unnecessary issues this is. I'll refresh this. It was not there. Suddenly the package issue came. Entire I will refresh. It is there, Baba. I will say package. Com dot Telesco dot main dot config. It's a right package. See, are you getting this, guys? Huh? This is the Java dot cannot be resolved. It is indirectly referred from required dot class file. There is no problem here. Using you, there should not be a green. Okay. So sometimes the issues, the IDs also will give you due to some reasons. But anyway, let me focus on the business logic of this application. I'll go back here, guys. I will say public string type of generate. I'll say generate greetings. Okay. I will take here accept string type of name. All right. I'll go back here. Guys, please see very carefully. I will say time dot get R. So many things are there. I will get the R. That R I will store. This is the business logic core Java part. Get the R. Now I will say if in case R is less than 12. If the R is less than 12, I will return. What will you return? I will return here good morning. And plus whoever is giving the name for them. All right. Else if the R is less than 16, for them, I will return good afternoon name. Else if the R is less than or maybe less than 12, good morning, less than, if not, less than 20, I will return good evening. Okay. Good evening. If not, else, what I will return? Good night. One basic application, every one of you. Basic business logic. Anyone will have any issues here? Yes, no, maybe. I'll go back here. I'm able to auto-wire. It should not be a problem. Saved. This is my greeting class. This is my main class. I'll go to my main class, guys. I will say here container dot get me one bean. Which bean I want? I want one class by the name greetings dot class. All right. I will take it. I'll go back here and get it as a greet. Whatever the name of the ID at the time of collecting this, I will import it. After which I will say here greet, or maybe directly I'll print system.out.println. I will say here greet dot generate the greetings. I'll pass some message, any message. I'll name I have to pass. I'll say for an instance, Akash. Guys, that one package that's a core Java issue, that's a setup issue, nowhere related to Spring. You forget about that error for now. Anywhere did I use the XML, guys? Anywhere did I use the XML? One bit of XML have we used? No. We are doing the Java configurations. We have told which packages to scan. Now, can it consider the classes which are outside the package of com.telescope? Can it consider the classes which are outside this package? It cannot. Are you all there? Let me go and create one more package here. com.telescope.config. Within this package, I will create one class, Java configuration class. I will say here Java config. Java config. I'll go back to my main method. I will make the changes to Java config. Okay. I'll get back here. Whatever code is there, I will take it from here. I will add it here. Okay. What is that? I'm copying everything, right? I'll go back. I will add it. And one small change I'll do, Java config. Okay. It has to be Java config. Here also it is the same issue. I've configured still. Local date time. I've not even taken it. Arey Baba. Because I'm using with the Joda API class, no? It is not able to create the package. I have tried everything here. It's even if you do that. Anyway, guys, this is easier or XML is easier? I have one question to everyone. This is easier or XML is easier? Which one is easier? This one. I have question number 2. Which one is good? XML approach comparatively. XML or this approach? Good for project. People who are telling this. See, XML approach also, can you not use annotation approach using the XML? Can you not use annotation approach? Have you not done that here? I'm not talking XML versus annotation approach. I'm talking about Java configuration, pure Java configuration versus annotation approach. Sorry, XML approach. Configuring the Spring framework through the Java code through the XML approach. Which one is good? That is my question. Why not? Some people may say, why not Java configuration? Remember, guys, it is a Java code. Small change in the configuration, then Java code means you have to recompile everything. You have to re-execute. Are you getting it? Forget about more control. The basic difference is Java code, right? Example, guys, if I just remove this, or if I just add something, Example, I'll add something here. Now tell me, guys, don't you think I have to recompile a entire project? If I don't recompile, will there be impact of these changes? If I want that impact of whatever changes I have made, don't you think I have to recompile? Are you all there with me? Yes, no, maybe. For now, time being, this is a real-time use of date and time I have shown, guys. Time being, I'll comment this part. I will not do the dependency injection of this. But what is the real-time use I wanted to show? I have shown it. Okay. For now, I will not use this. Directly only, I will use it here. I will go and say here, local date, time, time equals to local date time dot now. I myself will generate directly. Okay. I will not be. Okay. Again, this is creating the issue anywhere. See, whenever I use local date and time, Joda API, no, all of a sudden it is creating the problem in the project. I will use some other, in place of Joda API, some other I will use. Date type date equals to new date. Okay. And I will import it from the util package. After which I will say a date dot get hours. I will get it inside a variable called as integer type of r. And this part I will comment it. The problem is solved. Okay. I know this is outdated. I myself have told not to use it, but right now in my Spring latest version, it's not about the latest version because I have developed n number of Spring frameworks and almost all of my projects I have used local date, local time also. In our future class also, we are going to use it. But right now in this, to avoid the issue, I have just used it. Okay. I'll go back to my main class and I will just say here Java configuration. Okay, guys, I will just run this application. Right click, run as Java application. Okay. Java config bean is created. Abstract. Error in Java config define. What is the name of the class, guys? Java config channel. No. Failed to instantiate constructor through exception. Why Java defined in the file Java config file bin creation. Error in the Java config file. What is the error here? There is no problem here. Context.bean. I'm not using that bean. It is because of the date and time continuously I'm using. No, that should somewhere the issue. Okay, because bean creation should not be a problem here. Okay. Java config bean is creating. Java config bean defined in Spring Core classes, com.class Java class failed to instantiate Java config constructor through an exception. Okay, let me go here. This is there, no. Hmm. 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 Com.telescope is a base package. Right click, refresh the project. Right click, run as Java application. Oh my goodness. Getting the Java bean with the Java config. Define the file finishers. Okay, guys. The problem here is very simple. This class which I had created in between, all of you are able to see here. In between, I had created, right? Yes, no, maybe. For some time, I have created this class. That class I have not deleted properly. I had not deleted properly. That is the reason it is creating an issue. Is that fine? Yes, no, maybe. Hmm. I'll do one thing here. I'll go back to any of the project. I will just redo this everything, okay? Whatever I've been doing there, I will just redo this in the Java project number 10. First of all, I will remove this completely. I will delete this off. Second thing is, I will delete these packages. I will just recreate this everything and it should not create any issues, okay? It is asking me about the information about this class which I had created, okay? Maybe I've just deleted the folder. I have not deleted the project properly. I will say here com.telescope.main. All right. I'll say com.telescope.services, com.telescope.services, and com.telescope.configuration. I will say here, before creating the class, let me just create the package, one more package, which is about the configuration, com.telescope.config. Config, and within the configuration, first of all, let me create a new main method class here. Okay, I'll do one thing. Whatever classes are already there here, I would like to use that here. Inside this, I will add whatever configuration class is there. Inside this, I will add, and whatever greeting class is there inside this, I will add. I'll make the required changes there. I'll go back to the project. In the main class, when I open this, okay, I'll go back here and get this class first of all. And I would like to save this. If I save this, I'll go back. I will import it. After importing it, I'll go back to other imports. Okay. There is no issues. The issue is resolved. I'll go back to the configuration class. All right. I would like to save this. Okay. For now, I will not want to take up any of the classes here. Just to make sure that at least the basic is working, I will just return good wishes to all. Good wishes to you. I will say here name. Done. Okay, now no local date, time, no time class, nothing as such. I'll go to my main class. In my Java configuration is what I have told there. I have saved there already. I would like to go to the Java configuration class. Component scan. The base packages is com.telescope is what I have told. No issues. I'll go back and run this application. Right click, run as Spring application. A Java application, no issues. Everything is working fine, guys, here. Yes or no? No. I'll go back here. Let me just check if with respect to the date, if it is working fine or not. I would like to import it. If I save this, no issues. Oh, again the issue came. I have to see why the latest date and time it is not allowing me to use. Okay. But now I hope the application is working fine, guys. Only part is for the business logic, this is not working. But what is the use of this also I have told you, right? What is the use of bean annotation in the real time? And going forward also, we are going to use that very, very often. Okay. Now, without XML also, can you develop the Java applications? How many approaches are there to develop the, Spring application, guys? How many approaches are there? 3. XML approach is there. Pure XML approach. XML plus annotation approach. Java configuration plus annotation approach, and Spring Boot approach. Spring Boot approach we have not yet touched. We have seen 3 approaches. Pure XML approach, XML plus annotation approach, and Java configuration plus annotation approach. Out of 3 approaches, suppose Spring Boot approach is not there. Out of 3 approaches, which approach is recommended? Out of 3, pure XML, XML plus annotation, Java configuration plus annotation. XML plus annotation. Why not Java configuration plus annotation? small change in the Java code, then you have to recompile the entire project, which is not at all recommended. Making sense? Great. But in the tomorrow's class, we shall explore the one of the most important part of this entire journey, which is Spring Boot. I do understand tomorrow is Friday, and most of the people consider Friday as the weekend. But for tomorrow, don't consider Friday as a weekend, because we are starting with the Spring Boot. And tomorrow's class, by any chance, if you miss, because entire modules from tomorrow till the end of this course, we are going to use Spring Boot. And tomorrow, if you don't understand, the entire classes from now on will be gone. And tomorrow also, you will understand practically the difference between Spring and Spring Boot. So far, we have used Spring framework without touching the boot. Tomorrow, we will see Spring Boot. We will understand the same concept with the Spring Boot. You will see how easy your life will be if you go with the Spring Boot. Fine. Great. That's all for my dear friends. This is working fine. The issue was with respect to the date and time APIs with the Spring 6. It should work. Apart from this, the namespace and the namespace part for constructor and the property tag, I have to show, which I will show in the Monday's class. I will see why it is not supporting in that case. Okay. So thank you for joining me in this class. We shall meet again in the, I think nothing is there today in the board work. It is only the code files. We shall meet in the tomorrow's class and start the journey of Spring Boot. Allow me 2 minutes of time while I'll share these code files with you. After 2 minutes of time, I will be able to take up your any questions which you have, any doubts and questions which you have. Okay. I'll go back here. Finisher is the name of this class. What are the applications we have developed in today's class, guys? 9 is not working. Leave it this. I think 6, 7, 8, and 10. 6, 7, 8, and 10. 6, no, 7, 8, and 10. Okay. 7 and 8 and 10. I'll go here. Zip file. Project number 8 and project number 10. Right click. Right click. 10. I'll go back to the project. Finisher. Okay. The drive. Finishers. 7. I'm open for your questions, guys. You can ask any questions to me. Technical, non-technical, silly, normal, easy, anything you can ask. I'm open for your questions. Thank you so much for joining me in today's class. We shall meet again in the tomorrow 7 a.m. and start the journey of Spring Boot. Any questions for the day, guys? Anyone would like to talk to me, you can let me know in the chat. I'll enable you to talk, because someone has yesterday told our team that they are not allowed to talk. Nothing as such. At the end of the day, if you want to talk to me, you can just tell me in the chat that I want to talk. I'll allow you to talk. Okay. How to input arrays and other collections through the XML approach. It can be done, but little more of attributes you have to use. I had stopped that XML discussion because our more focus should be right now in the annotation and the Spring Boot approach, because that is what being used in the industry. Some part of the XML I have shown, that some part is also creating stars to some of the minds. I don't want to proceed further with the XML, but that can be done. Collection also can be done. Arrays also can be done. I have done that in my previous batches, many of my previous batches, Akash. If you want, maybe I will share you the code files in the upcoming classes. You can just refer to it. Okay. Earlier, I used to do at least 10 days of XML approach, but what I have realized going forward day by day is that it is just time consuming, because no one in the interview also they are asking, and it is not being used in the current projects. It was just waste of time. So I had stopped discussing that. But I do have done, because I have taken batches, n number of Spring Boot batches, Spring Framework batches. So maybe I'll just share you the code files which I've done to my previous batches. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. In the Spring Boot, you learn collection also, arrays also, because in the real time, such things happens. Okay. We are going to learn that in our applications. For the constructors and the block, stack frame will be created is the question. The answer is yes, it does create it. Because TR on the stack frame only we have, in the stack area only we have something called as thread. If you want to execute anything and everything, thread has to reach there. And thread is available only in the runtime stack area. And if the stack frames are not getting created, then that means that part of the code is not getting executed. But you have seen that the part of the code of constructor and the blocks gets executed. That means thread is reaching there, and thread is available only on the stack area. So in that case, stack frame gets created. Okay. Can we have a notes for the learning theory? Yes, Ganesh, you will have it. Every module I complete, I'll give you the important key points. That means on Monday or Tuesday's class, I will give you the key points of the Spring core. Okay. File handling recorded is not uploaded. I'll go back and cross check. Okay, let me just log in and get you guys. I will check. If not, I'll ask my team to add it immediately. Okay, file handling is not uploaded is what I have been told. IO. Maybe with a different name. Guys, input output is there. No, that is only file handling, guys. Akash and others. Input output section number 31. This is only file handling. Okay. It's available here. There are totally 7 videos. Just watch it. Input output is only file handling. Fine, Akash. Any more questions, dear friends? Please let me know. Any more questions for the day? I'm waiting for it. In the real time, do we use pure Java configuration? The answer is no. As I have told you, anytime you do the configuration in the Java code, you may have to make the changes. Every time you make the changes, you may have to recompile, which is not recommended. So basically configurations we don't write in the Java code, but we do have an option which we have seen right now, because I wanted to show you every option which is available to work with the Spring framework, because you're learning here entire Spring framework, and it is my responsibility to tell you every option which is available in the Spring framework. So only I have shown in the class, but it is not being used. It is Spring Boot every time. Okay. Any more questions? In which module we have made association project? Of course, I want to watch it again. Association course. Akash, it is available inside interfaces and lambda expressions. Section number 18. Loose coupling. 6/9/2024. Section number 18. Interfaces and lambda expression. Loose coupling. This video you have to watch. Sorry, not Akash. Aditya. Aditya is different question. Okay. In real time, we use Spring Boot only most, right? If we have a good idea of other approaches, is good now, sir. Yes, it is just good. It is Spring Boot in the real time which is being used in the industry right now. But it's a good to know that you are aware of more than Spring Boot. For that reason, I have taken these 3 classes. Okay. Just to make you good. That's it. Right now, all of you, even if you're working in the project, but do you know that there is an XML approach also, Java configuration also? You have an entire idea about it. You have an entire idea of the Spring ecosystem. Even though we are going to learn Spring Boot. You know Spring Boot also, without Spring Boot also. That I wanted to show, and I have shown in the 3 classes. Can you please tell us the upcoming journey regarding the CRUD projects? We will do it. First, we need to understand Spring Boot. Then we shall understand all the 3 layers. There are 3 layers is what I have told, right? We will first understand the repository DAO layer. We will understand Spring plus JDBC. We will understand Spring JDBC API. And then we will understand Spring Data JPA. Okay. We are going to develop many projects on that, Ganesh. Guys, before next Monday, I want everyone to at least watch JDBC videos. Before Tuesday, I want you to finish the Hibernate. So by the time we reach Tuesday, Wednesday's class, next Tuesday and Wednesday's class, I want everyone to finish JDBC and Hibernate videos. Is that fine? If you have not yet watched, please do watch it. JDBC and Hibernate videos before Wednesday. Even if you don't have time to practice, no problem, at least watch it. If you don't practice, also fine. At least watch the videos in 1.5x speed if there is a time constraint, and get the ecosystem of how JDBC and Hibernate works. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me in today's class. We'll meet tomorrow 7 a.m. and start the journey of Spring Boot, which is one of the most important framework. Thank you so much for being with me in today's class. Thank you, every one of you.